Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney. What's up? Anyway, I just wanted to try something new. I don't know. I'll start saying that now, bring that up. What's up? I don't know. Good morning, Vietnam. I was one of the few Robin Williams movies I liked. I think he as a human, I loved him as a human, but his humor, just like Jim Carrey, really hyper people stress me out. Robin Williams and Jim Carrey both seem like very nice human beings. Totally not saying anything against them as humans. Of course, I don't know either of them, never met them, but from what I've seen on interviews, they seem like perfectly lovely humans. But pardon me. Girls, Lib, come. Yes, good, come. But their humor is just way too, I don't like really hyper people. It stresses me out. I used to caregive, I don't want to say caregive, but I had I can't say resident. I had a client that I did in-home care for because she had cancer, and I loved her. She was hilarious, strong. Oh my God, that girl. She was so fucking tough. She was a tough mofo, I tell you. But she had to try to follow her, I love Ben Shapiro because of how fast he talks. I can't keep up with people that feel the need to tell me every detail about stuff and explain everything and get into these long, drawn-out stories. I don't have the attention span. I need people to just talk fast, make time. I walk fast, I talk fast. Love how fast Ben Shapiro talks. So she would talk really fast, but the problem is, pardon me, God. The problem is her body language. She was hyper, she would jump around and she would use her arms more than an Italian person. And just everything about her was like a Jack Russell Terrier, just jumping up and down. Okay, girls, come. Good, yes. Everything about her was so crazy hyper, but she was awesome. So point being, I know I talk a lot. Girls, come. Yes, good, come, yes. I just think that a lot of Robin, that's where I was going. You thought that I was going to not get back to what the hell I was talking about. And I thought I wasn't either. I thought I was going to slip right off. But we were talking about Good Morning Vietnam. And I'm not a huge fan of all Robin Williams stand-up or movies. But that one I liked. Anyway, just a little tidbit. You guys are like, why the fuck did you just tell me all of that? I don't know. Because to be honest, this is one of the times that I have no plan. I have nothing that I necessarily want to talk about. And now I'm trying to use one arm. Okay, 1 second here. One moment. Okay, sorry. I was trying to use one arm and get this fence thing and it was not working out. I was being a dummy. Anyway, I have no set thing. Because the things that are keeping me up, I'm actually content, which freaks me out. I hate that I'm like this. I'm always man, I long for just feeling where I'm not stressed. Excuse me, God. That's obnoxious. I apologize. I'm not where I can get water though. But I hate that I'm always okay, I just want to know what it's like to feel calm. I want to feel peace. I want to not feel that anxiety. And then I finally get where I'm not worried about people and I'm in a good place and I'm happy and people that are around me are doing okay and are safe and healthy. And then that freaks me out though, because then I'm oh fuck, I got to put you on pause again. Hang on. But then, sorry, I had to put you on pause and now I'm all out of breath. I get freaked out though, because then I'm oh God, things are going good. I'm calm. Everybody I know is safe. We're all in a good place. We're all happy. And then I'm oh God, I hate that too, because then I get freaked out that things are too good. Because it's been my experience when things are too good, then, oh, I'm a dummy. When things are too good, then that's never good either, because I get to, I'm like, oh gosh, things are too good. That means something bad is going to happen. That means that something bad, sorry, I'm trying to figure out this gate, and I'm being a real moron right now. What is my problem? Why am I being such a dummy? Okay, Courtney. Anyways, I had to put you on pause because apparently I'm a blonde. Gosh, there are times when I'm like, man, God made me blonde. And, man, sometimes I act it. And, I handle blonde jokes. People can tell me blonde jokes all the time. Rarely do I get offended. And the times that I'm like, quote, offended, I'm not really offended. I'm just usually kind of cranky and everything bothers me. So it's not the blonde joke. I'm just all cranky. Whew, I'm winded. Damn. But I'm being real blonde today. It's the sleep. I'm not getting sleep. And so I don't know why. That was my point, is that I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't, because when I am stressed and I'm worried about my family because something's going on and someone is, suffering and we're going through something, so I'll get stressed about that. But then nothing is happening and I feel comfortable, and now I'm like, oh God, every time hey, good, leave it, yes. But then I'm like, man, every time I feel comfortable, every time I'm like, God is good, and I let my guard down, then boom, something happens. God, sorry, I'm out of breath. Whew, Lord. So now I can't enjoy it because I'm too doomsday. And I remember there being an episode of Ozzy Osbourne and the Family. What the hell was it called? The reality show with the Osbournes. I think it was just called The Osbournes. Sharon was talking about this, and she was saying that she's kind of always that, what's going to happen? And that's such a shitty way to live. It is not a good way to live. And I hate that I do that, because then I'm not living life. I'm not actually like participating in life, because I'm anticipating instead of participating. That is a damn good slogan right there. Now someone's going to take it. They're going to make a boatload of money. And I want people to rewind. I want people to listen to my podcast and look at the date. Today is the 27th of February, 2026. And this is Courtney Perry. And I'm telling you, oh fuck, no, I don't remember what I said. Oh yeah, we need to participate and not anticipate. But anticipating sometimes is good. What is that noise? Do you guys ever hear noises where sometimes you're like, maybe I should report this? And then you don't want to be that person that reports something and it ends up being like something stupid and it's not a bad thing. Hey, Lib, what are you doing? Libby. But you hear something and you're like, man, should I call the police? What if something's happening? What if someone's in danger? And it'll sound like something, but you're not quite sure. And then, or you'll hear like a dog, and like sometimes my dogs are douches. I have one dog that's old, and I swear she's so effing annoying, and you'll barely touch her and she'll be like, ah, because she's just a freak, and you're not hurting her at all, but she'll make noises as if she's being abused. And then if you leave her alone, as in if I'm in the bathroom and she's outside the door, she makes this god awful sound that sounds like she is being murdered. It is honestly so embarrassing, and it'll only be because she can't see me, not because she's being murdered. So point being, you don't know if there's a situation like that, and you're like, I don't want to call and be that guy that's just being annoying and calling cops. But then you're like, what if something's actually happening? I don't want to be that guy that's like, well, yeah, I heard something. And people are like, so you could have saved a dog or a human. Like, notice how I say the animal first and not the human. Anyway, so you don't want to be that guy, Anyway, so you want to anticipate. See, again, I got there. You might have been like, oh, she's lost in the Chulies. But again, just when you think I'm out, they pull me back in. I've never even watched all of Godfather. I don't even know if that's what it's on. But I think that's what it's on. Anyway, you don't want to be the psycho that's just pessimist, and never happy because you're like, oh my God, I don't want to be happy because what if? Because I'm so used to having to be on guard. I'm so used to having to be prepared. I'm so used to things going wrong and people calling me in the middle of the night. So I always feel like I have to anticipate. I feel like I have to prepare. I feel like I have to be, prepared, on guard. And if I'm not, I don't want things to sneak up on me. Libby, come. Come. So you don't want to just live your life constantly being like, like Ross from, like Ross is going to pop out one day and be like, unagi, you don't want to always think someone's going to be popping out of the closet and always out to get you, because then you're like a schizo and then you look like a psycho and you're like, that's not good. But you also don't want to walk around just thinking that everything and everyone's good, and you don't want to be ill prepared. So it's like, man, so I struggle. And then that keeps me up. And I'm like, so I'm awake because I'm happy. I'm awake because I'm content. And content and happiness scares me. Fuck, that's some shit, That is some shit. That's no good. And I could get all psychological and be talking about my childhood and how I grew up and things I was around and, things that happened and all of that. But I don't want to use that as an excuse. I think that our history is important, like I've talked about before. And history shapes who you are. History definitely plays into, it's part of the puzzle. It's part of what makes you you. So we can't disregard things that have happened in our life, because some people have gone through some serious crap, and how can it not affect you? Of course it's going to affect you. And it's amazing. It's so fascinating to me to see what routes people take. Like some people that grew up around addicts, around, people that were severe addicts, end up being like, I grew up around this. I know what it's like, and I do not want to be an addict. Not that someone wants to be an addict. I'm not claiming that people want to be an addict. I just mean people are going to be hell-bent. They're like, Libby. Oh, good girl. People are hell-bent on not being an addict because they're like, I've seen it. I've seen what it's done. And so they don't drink or do drugs or whatever it is. And then you have other people that unfortunately, because they've been around it and they've witnessed it so much, they unfortunately become an addict. And it's fascinating to see some people use it as a strength and as a tool to not do it. And other people, unfortunately, I'm not saying this is bad. I'm not saying that they're weak. I'm not saying anything bad about what route people take or whatever, because addiction is, when you're around it all the time, it's fucking hard. And I don't blame people for becoming an addict themselves. But some people become an addict. And same with abusive, families, like people that grew up in either physical, mental, or sexual abuse. It's interesting to see how that pattern, who picks up that pattern, who ends up also being an abuser and who doesn't. So I think it's just hard for me because I feel like I have to be prepared, because I grew up around a lot of things and I've seen a lot of things and I've witnessed a lot, and I've had to take care of myself at a very, very young age. So I always had to be aware of my surroundings and keep myself safe. And because I've had to be very aware of my surroundings and who was in them and what was going on, it just always made me aware, hyper aware. And then I always had to participate. And I felt like if I prepared and I knew, then it wouldn't happen. Then I'd be safe. So unfortunately, I carry that on when it comes to when things are calm. I have had the experience in my life that unfortunately, when I let my guard down, that is when something bad seems to happen. And I can't continue to always say that still. I need to figure out how to get out of that cycle, because obviously that is a terrible way to live your life. That's why I can't sleep, It's why I can't sleep. It's why I am probably going to have a heart issue or, surprisingly, I don't have high blood pressure. I don't know how. I don't have high cholesterol or high blood pressure, and I'm not overweight and stuff. And I chose to go down the path of I don't drink hardly ever. I'm not saying I never drink. I went through a phase when I was younger that I drank. Ooh, that was bad. But now I rarely drink, and I cannot stand being drunk. And I'm not saying that gives me some moral high ground at all. My real dad, my biological dad, died on my 9th birthday, as well as my dog. Separate. My dog was not with my biological dad. My biological dad was with my half brother up on Mount Hood skiing, and he died of a heart attack because he had too much cocaine. And then unfortunately my half brother became a meth addict. But then last time we spoke, I've only spoken to him probably 3 or 4 times in my life. I've only seen him personally, physically twice. We are 13 years apart or 12 years apart. He's 12 years older or 13 years older. But last time I had talked to him, he was 13 years sober. And I haven't talked to him in at least probably 13 years. So I don't know if he's still sober or not, but it's interesting. Of course, we had different parents and stuff, and we had different backgrounds, and he and my dad were closer in age. So unfortunately, they would participate together, But it's just fascinating because I don't want to live this way. I want to just be at peace, so I spend a lot of time outside. That's why, again, I do my podcast on my phone, because I can't, as I talk to you, as I do my podcast, I'm always walking. I'm never sitting, ever. I am always walking, and that is why I continue to do it on my phone, because I can't stand sitting still. My brain is just always going, and I feel like when I'm still, it scares the shit out of me, unless I'm in nature. If I'm in nature, I love just listening to the birds. I love listening to the creek, to the wind, storms. Oh man, I miss the beach from the huge, the windier, the stormier, the better. And I love that. I love Mother Nature crazy, But when I'm trying to go to sleep, it just scares me. I'm scared I won't wake up. I'm scared if I don't wake up, what happens? Is there truly a heaven? I think there is, Am I going to it? Have I, I don't know these things. Am I going to see the ones I love? My brain, I couldn't sit still in church. I asked why. And I wasn't trying to be annoying. I genuinely wasn't. I just always want to know how I can fix things. Can I make things better? How can I make everybody else content so that we can all be content, so that there's not fighting and, I don't know. But I love when I'm out in nature, because in those days, it's just like, just the sound. I swear it sounds hippie. I know it sounds hippie. I know it sounds cheesy, but I swear I feel the energy of the earth. I really do. I've always had this weird thing with watches. I can't wear normal watches. I have to do the Seiko Kinetic, because my grandfather and I, both of us, couldn't wear watches because they would stop. They would always just stop. I could wear them for maybe 2 months and they'd stop, no matter what. Didn't matter the brand. Kinetic watches, though, those were awesome. And even to this day, cell phones. You guys, let's go inside. Come on, girls. Cell phones always end up, the volume, just everything gets screwed up when I have cell phones. If I'm around laptops, if I'm around computers, like if I have a job that I'm around a computer, things slow down, they stop. My cell phones slow down and stop way sooner than anybody else's. It's just weird. It's like I drain my ex used to be like, you suck the life out of everything, which, funny. But so point being, I hear pitches, sounds affect me so much. And I get this weird static electricity when no one, it's just weird. I don't know. I swear to you, I feel energy differently. And I used to say that I can tell when there is a ghost around, when there's a spirit around. And I know, if you're Christian, you're not supposed to believe in spirits. So I don't know where I stand with that, but I'm telling you, and I would be able to tell if it was a male or female, if they were a good person, a bad person. Sometimes I could tell if they had a sickness, because I can somehow feel sicknesses on humans. I do it a lot. Someone will not tell me that they have cancer, and I'll just know, not even if they look like it. It'll be when it's in its very first stages. It's just weird. I just feel energy. I genuinely do. And so at night, I don't know. There's a different energy at night, and my brain just goes bananas. I'm sure there are so many people out there that can identify with this. I think so many people. Lib, doing a lib count. Good girl. These guys are after a bird. They're bird dogs, and they're showing it. Anyway, I know people are probably like, that sounds like a bunch of malarkey, a bunch of hoopla. But, that's just how I feel. You are welcome to feel however you want. This is a podcast that is accepting, and people are going to say, you don't sound like it. I've heard your podcasts. They don't always sound very accepting. But if you truly, truly listen to the words I say, if you listen to the context of the words I say, if you listen to the context and you listen to the actual words that come out of my mouth, I tell everybody I love everybody. I don't base my dislike or disrespect of people by race, political affiliation, sexual orientation. None of those things mean a dang thing to me. What is important is character. I base things on if you're an asshole or not. And who cares if I like you? I'm nobody. We are all just humans. It does not matter. I don't care if you are J-Lo. I don't care if you are Jennifer Aniston. I don't care if you're Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Brad Pitt. I don't know why I just picked all those people. I don't like any of those people that I just met. Well, Brad Pitt, I could take a leaf, but I can't stand Jennifer Aniston or J-Lo or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So I don't know why I just thought those people. Anyway, my point is, despite all those things, I really genuinely have no problem with humans that disagree with me. I firmly believe we should have people in our lives that we disagree with. Because if we're all agreeing, that is really boring. If we're the smartest person in the room, we're in the wrong room. I don't remember who said that. Someone smart. If you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Because challenge yourself. You need to challenge yourself. And if you think you're the smartest, there's always someone smarter. There's always someone you can learn from. We can learn from somebody. That is why diversity is awesome. Diversity is great because that's how we learn. We learn because everybody has their own opinions, their own religious and political beliefs. They have their own sexual identification, sexual orientation. I don't care if you identify with being a unicorn. I don't care if you're identifying as a woman. I do care, though, when it affects me, meaning it puts my safety at risk. And I care when you're taking away titles and you are taking away rights of others. Lib. I do that a lot. Anybody that rides horses, I will bet you they will tend to go a lot when they're trying to get someone's attention. I got to put you on pause. All right. Anyway, the comes in handy. I don't know how to do that awesome whistle thing where you put two fingers in your mouth and you do the, I can't even whistle. It's so fucking embarrassing. I can whistle only if I suck in, and I have to really, really wet my lips and then I have to suck inward. It's weird. Who can't whistle? What a kind of idiot can't whistle? Me. Oh, I'm sorry. If those of you out there that can't whistle, I didn't mean to say idiot. I was just referring to me. I cannot whistle. I really want to know, though, how to do that. The two fingers in your... I can't do it. It's so cool. I'm so envious. If you can do that, tip of the hat to ya. That is... Love it. That's a handy skill. Or I want to do that like yodeling. I don't know why. I just think that sounds fun. I bet I could do it. I think I could yodel. I haven't tried, but I feel like I can. Anyway, I had no rhyme or reason because really the things that are keeping me up is my own brain, my own weird thing where I feel like I have to be worrying. And if I'm not worrying, I'm worrying, It's really a whole vicious cycle. I'm like the dog that just keeps chasing his tail. It's a never ending. This is the anxiety that never ends. And it goes on and on, my friend. Yeah. Anxiety, 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 anxiety. Okay, anyway, I'm done. But what does calm me down and make me happy? Every time I see that more and more people are listening to my podcast. That was a good segue, right? Pretty good segue. Yeah, you like that? All right, if you like that, if you like those kind of awesome segues there, and you like me just babbling about nothing whatsoever, this is your podcast. I am your gal. Look no further. If you want a bunch of babbling, if you want to listen to dogs barking, crickets, coyotes, the Amazon driver, if you want to listen to me like blow my nose and, listen to me be out of breath because I'm out of shape, this is your podcast. If you want a podcast that just could be talking 1 minute about politics, the next minute about addicts, the next minute about the weather, this is your podcast. So I appreciate everyone that's been listening since the beginning, and I appreciate everybody in the middle. And if this is your very first time, we're all equals here in this podcast. I treat everybody the same. That said, just know, if you get offended easily, this may not be your podcast, because I pick on everybody, all races, all shapes, all sizes, all genders, all countries. There are people from Canada and Germany and France that listen to me. And I, honest to gravy, mean this from the bottom of my heart. You guys fucking rock, because I pick on all three of those countries a lot. Oh, and Australia. I pick on you guys like crazy. And do you know what they say to me? Fuck you, Courtney. We're still going to listen to you. And I say, right on. I support you, because again, I'm not putting down the people in those countries. I'm not ever putting down the people. I'm putting down the politics. It's the politics, because, hey, America isn't perfect. I don't think America's perfect at all. So, but I love my country, though. I love it a lot. Anyway, that said, my point is everybody is welcome here, and I appreciate everybody that's been listening. And you do have to have a bit of a tough exterior, not only because I pick on everybody, but I'm all over the place. Again, I sometimes digress. So you have to have mental stamina. Or if you don't, you're going to have mental stamina if you listen to my podcast. It'll be good. It'll be good for you. So thank you. I appreciate you so much. Be sure to check out TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I'm not really on Instagram, but and then Clapper. Check it out. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time.